The following is a fan-based discussion. All properties discussed are property of Toei Inc., Bandai, Hasbro, and Subaru Productions.
Time again.
Good job.
Yeah.
The Animal Sentai.
And to be very clear, we mean where animals are a plot point, not just because they aesthetically look like that.
Yes.
Because otherwise Gaoranger would also technically count.
And then Live Man, and then, so no.
Yes, so this time, as we said before, we are doing Ginga Man, Gaoranger, and Zyuohger.
This will be interesting.
Yeah, mostly because of the last two.
Yeah.
But Ginga Man, I feel like, does this the loosest. Because it's much more about nature as a whole instead of just animals.
Trees and Mother Earth and fucking kill.
It's a father tree this time.
Sorry, we just.
Why do you hate the planet so much, Matt?
Because I'm fucking exhausted.
No, we won't hate the planet until we get to Gaoranger.
Even then, I wouldn't hate the planet. I just hate the showrunners.
But yeah, Ginga Man, how well does it do the animal?
I don't want to hate the planet. All my stuff is here.
He's completely gone into smart-ass territory in terms of exhaustion.
That's some comedy right there.
Yep.
That's why you're here, folks.
It's...
I feel like...
there are animals in it.
Which is sort of the thing that I've really focused... Like, when I was talking about it, I was thinking... I'm just like... as we said, yes, animals are a part of nature.
I hope
but
so.
their mentor's a tree.
Their mentor is a tree.
The Great Deku Tree.
Their alpha is a nut.
No, that'd be more interesting.
Their alpha is a nut. It's a literal acorn.
I know.
But yeah, it's like a lot more of this has to do with nature and what people do for it. Yes, animals are a part of that.
Ecosystem.
It also, weirdly enough, has some things to do with poaching.
So did Gaoranger.
Yeah, but this one was a little bit more on the nose.
No, you're right. Gaoranger was just funnier. I kick poacher ass because poachers suck.
Which they do.
Also Battle Fever. But yeah, because we have Ginga Rhinos and Ginga Phoenix, which were two poached star beasts that got turned into robots. Unlike the other robots.
That happens.
They got turned into robots and then separated and blown up. Along with the giant shark, which is used as their carrier.
Animals.
What the heck are you describing?
Ginga Man.
I'm describing Ginga Man because they blew them up.
It sounds like
separate.
you're doing Mad Libs.
That too.
There was a phoenix and there was a rhino, and they got poached and turned into robots.
And then
there was a giant shark that was the carrier.
And somewhere Stephen King goes, I could use that, Mr. Giant God Turtle.
True.
Kami-sama. Or Kame-sama.
Get the fuck up. We're moving on.
Anyway. Yes.
It doesn't really do animals as a theme.
That well.
No. But
It's
that's
just,
really all we need to say about it.
It's just, since it's over-encompassing, we can sort of include that.
Now, let's go on to Gaoranger where they shove it down her goddamn throat.
This show does animals as a theme. I'm going to say it. It does it very well.
It does, but...
This show is awful, but does it do animals as a theme well? Yes, it absolutely does. It is the driving force of the entire show.
Yeah.
Is animals and nature fighting against the forces of evil.
And pollution.
Sorry, I had a flashback to fucking...
Gaoranger?
No.
To Gaoranger?
That one.
Oh, yeah, the bad part of it.
Which is sad because we used to think it was the whole show.
But yeah,
CGI was cool though.
the first time. But yeah, this is very heavy on animals.
Yep.
Part of this. Let's run with it. Yes, we're also doing nature themed. Not nearly as heavy handed as, some kids in adaptation that we won't talk about today. Fucking kite. But yeah.
I don't think he knows what you're talking
I
about.
have no idea what you're talking about.
You're talking about the kid from...
Wildfires.
Yeah, the god kid. Animus.
The people are polluting the nature. We can't have that. Humans suck. They should all die. I'm taking your beast back. Bye.
Animus was kind of a dick.
He was.
Fair enough.
But yeah, the way that they do it in Gaoranger is just like, alright, here are the animals.
Don't be assholes.
we're going to really focus on this
Mhm.
and the things that they can teach us.
Yes.
That's really the whole point of this.
In terms of executing this theme,
It's animals fighting monsters.
they do it very well.
A lot better than Ginga Man, which was just nature fighting monsters.
Trees. But then we get on to Zyuohger, which you would think it's got zoo in the name.
That joke only works in English.
Last I checked, that's what we're speaking, so I'm going with it anyway. But it's different because it's not animals per se. It's
They're
animal
furries.
We weren't getting through this without him using that joke.
Am I fucking wrong, Barbara?
Animal people.
No, Caitlin, I don't think you are.
They are animal people.
They are animal people.
Animals are beautiful people.
Thank you. I appreciate
So-
that.
I try.
But no, it really doesn't do it as well. I was really hoping I could say Zyuohger was better, but
Not in this case. Not in the way that the themes interacted. Well, interspersed into the actual theme of the show itself.
yeah, because it was
It was much more alien based.
yeah, because these were this was an entire different civilization.
It is an entire
humanoid
civilization.
animals.
Yes, humanoid animals is a whole other civilization and magic and all this other good stuff.
And Rubik's Cube portals.
Rubik's Cube portals.
Why not?
Yes. That is very, very accurate.
And the one human who's like, cool, my dad's a zoologist. Cool.
I am a zoologist.
Neat. Birdman saved my life.
Neat.
Like, they try. They
Birdman!
Attorney at law. I still think he did better than fucking Ginga Man in terms of animal things.
Really, a lot of things did a lot of things better than Ginga Man. It's weird because none of the shows we're really talking about here are that great.
Zyuohger just had a really shitty ending.
And a shitty middle.
We
We have another Tokutalk planned on the stagnation of the 30s.
Oh,
We're not talking about age here.
I hope not.
Episode in the 30s of episodes. It's honestly still better than Zyuohger.
But in this case, with the animals,
God, I'm so pissed off at Zyuohger right now. Moving on.
it's still, I mean, yeah, the animal qualities are still there. These are still animal
No
people.
one's been able to really have animals be the
to grasp
driving
it that long.
since Gaoranger, before or after, because it was literally about the animals.
Yeah. That was the point.
The sad thing that the adaptation, the Power Ranger adaptation of Ginga Man was more about animals than Ginga Man was, is somehow sad.
It was also a pretty good show.
I didn't say it wasn't.
I never said you said it wasn't.
Lost Galaxy was pretty decent, but
I mean, it was. I'm trying to figure out where you're getting the animal thing from because it still wasn't really.
the Zords, they were.
That's
actually,
about the same thing that we got from Ginga Man.
But it was more of a thing. It seemed as more of a it was not nature in general. It was just about the Galactabeasts and saving the Galactabeasts, and I'm counting it as animals. So I'm saying, in comparison, watch that show.
They still blew up.
But it wasn't a phoenix and a fucking rhino.
Was there still a giant shark?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
don't remember that at all.
It's better than a giant whale bomber. Look at it, you Gaoranger.
I think if there's one thing I can take away from all this, it's that the show, I'm talking about Live Man in particular here, animals are part of the aesthetic of the suits. It's easily the best of the bunch.
We are not.
And it doesn't have animals as a central theme. I don't think Sentai has yet been able to crack animals as a central theme and do it well yet. Would you agree?
Gaoranger did a pretty good job. In terms of animals as a central theme.
In terms of a show.
Oh, you're talking about show quality.
Yes.
God.
Quality
no.
of show, that's what I'm getting at.
And then they died. And then they came back.
That episode was still something. When
That was-
half of Gaoranger died.
That was. What are you talking about? It was 4-6 of them. 2/3 of that team was.
Was Thanos.
Well, no, it wasn't really a.
You're right, he was shot in the face. That's a little bit
He
different.
was straight up shot dead in the face! Anyway!
They aimed for the head.
I think we talk about that in more detail in the Gaoranger review. Go watch that.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. Points to Marcus.
It was just us.
That's where the clapping came,
Yeah.
because I was still shook. So it's like, this show sucked up until this point, and it sucked after. But this part,
But that
there
one
was
moment where the Blue Ranger got shot in the freaking face,
I was here for
and his
it.
helmet got blown out the back,
I was here
despite the
for
fact
it.
that his head was still intact.
I was so here for it.
I know you were.
But yeah, out of the three,
Gaoranger.
Gaoranger just does it best by incorporating the theme of animals into the show proper, because it was really about
Sorry.
them.
Take my
And-
anger out on your computer.
Which show has the best incorporation of animals in the suits out of the three?
Ooh.
Ooh.
I mean, to be fair on
Not
Zyuohger,
get-
the
not-
face were right there.
I'm about to say, first of all, not Ginga Man. Moving on.
No. They had the best incorporation of Charlie Brown into their suits.
Charlie Brown and crop tops and
Though I will say this.
weird aesthetics of stripes.
I'll give Ginga Man this victory. The fact that it took me over a decade to realize the visor was the mouth of the animal that was their helmet. And
I
we
just want to point out,
And
this
we
show-
had a fucking meltdown about that during the review.
This show came out in 1990. It's been 20 years.
That's not when I first watched it. But the fact that it took me until that moment during the review to realize the visors were the mouths, we had a fucking meltdown. I'll give it points for subtleness.
Yeah, remember I used that. I used to sit there.
Hmm.
And then I went behind it and opened the window.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that.
But yeah, so I'll give it points for subtle. But in
Yeah.
terms of incorporating
Which is
animals...
sort of the problem.
But in
Too subtle.
in terms of incorporating animals, I might have to give it to Zyuohger.
Simply because of the fact that the animals are right there.
Not just that, not even just that. But
I'm gonna give it to Zyuohger because I think those suits look the best,
also, I think the
and I think the animals are incorporated in
the
better.
helmets look more like animal than where the other two just look really blocky.
Well, looking at the ones for Ginga Man, yeah, but the ones for Gal...
I think it looks more like a combination of animal and
That's
human
small as hell.
because of the sash. I think Zyuohger still incorporates animals into their suits the best.
They're okay. I mean, looking at Gaoranger.
Yeah. Like, these ones look more sleek, except for Blacks and those small, sad horns.
The bison horns.
It's so tiny.
Sad is what it
It's
is.
a baby bison.
But I'm giving my thing to Zyuohger
Yeah, I think overall...
in terms of
Zyuohger just
suits.
did it better.
Also, we got an elephant ranger.
In terms of quality of show, which would you give it to?
That's
Zyuohger?
such a hard question.
Still Zyuohger. How was it a hard question?
Because Zyuohger was boring as fuck.
It had its moments of good, though.
That's right. That's one of your least favorites. Zyuohger is.
In recent Sentai, yes.
It was pretty bland, but it's also,
Also-
better than some recent Sentai.
Yeah, but it's also...
Who knows? Maybe on rewatch we'll have a better opinion of it, just like Tokutalk.
We'll find out.
I know I won't have a better opinion on the goddamn mechs. Those things are god-awful.
Anyway,
You don't like
Minecraft, the mech Zord. You're about 10 years too late.
Yeah, I think overall Zyuohger just did a lot of things, but I remember more not just because. Actually, I haven't watched this as recently as I watched Gaoranger.
Valid. You haven't watched Zyuohger since it
So it
finished.
went off the air.
Yeah, Zyuohger had the better show out of the three, but I still think Gaoranger incorporated the theme of animals into their show better. At least in terms of animals as we perceive them.
Yeah.
Maybe not humanoid animal furries from another dimension.
I didn't make the rules.
Through a Rubik's Cube portal.
I did not make the rules.
No, you didn't.
Also,
Otherwise, the show would have been very
random
different.
Tarzan noises. Looking at you, Zyuohger. They're fucking more.
Yeah, that theme song, at least for Gaoranger, is Gao. Good job. At least for Gaoranger.
Sorry.
Had that growl in there.
I like the
Rawr.
rawr. But yeah,
But yeah.
But yeah.
I have so many problems with Zyuohger. I'm holding in because we're not reviewing.
We
it.
have 2 more reviews until we get to it.
Do we?
2 more Sentai ones.
I was going to say, we have a lot more than
Well,
2.
1 more and then it. But Ninja, exists.
We have Ninja, we have Drive, and
I don't know.
a couple others.
yeah.
I feel like I hate Zyuohger more than a ninja. For one reason. After one episode of Ninja, I went, wow, this is probably going to be shit. Zyuohger strung me along in hope for far much longer.
Look, at least it
And
had...
Zyuoh the World didn't suck.
At least it had its moments of... Yes! Fucking Zyuoh the Wheels. But yeah.
Yeah, but then we also had the ape, which is just, hold on, don't move. We gotta put a pump in you. You're an ape now.
We'll talk about that. We'll get to it. But yeah, let us know what you think about the animal Sentai in the comments below. I feel like this is our least detailed one.
Yeah, because we just finished the Tokutalk review. We're fucking exhausted.
We also have the least to say about these shows.
Also, that's the main thing. Next time, somebody suggested the police one, and I feel like that's a good one to do.
That is a good one to do.
I agree, and thank you for that suggestion.
If you have any more suggestions, please put them in the comments below.
Make sure.
Also, if you have any suggestions for Kamen Rider, time and time again, motifs done in Kamen Rider more than once, because this has been strictly this has been strictly a Sentai thing, and I wouldn't mind talking about Kamen Rider.
It's just harder to do.
The Kamen Rider, yes, but please let us know in the comments down below. Follow us on all the things as you always do.
And I do want to point this out because there is
ring the bell. Sorry,
there's a difference between theme and motif here when we're talking about these suggestions. Theme is something that goes through the story the entire time. Motif is just something that they
look like.
Yeah. So take that into consideration because we're really focusing on theme here.
But as always, we'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.